Hello. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of feedback, a lot of conversations in Instagram and such are happening around this last episode, episode 4. And so I wanted to come on here and address some of the things that I'm hearing with you now because I think it's really important. So one of the comments I heard was, I wish you'd talked a little bit more about staying confident when other people are judging you. So I'm actually going to circle back to episode 2. If you haven't listened to episode 2 and what I just said is like, oh yeah, for you, go listen to episode 2. But basically, you're going to get judged. I know, it's super scary and uncomfortable, right? But when you make decisions in alignment with yourself, especially when those decisions or actions or thoughts or whatever are different than what people in your world or your circle or in the world would do or think or say, they're going to judge you. But like I say in episode 2, those judgments, other people's thoughts and perceptions about you have more to do with them than they do with you. Okay? They're using all of their experiences, the things that they wish they would have done or didn't do, or all of their shit, they're using that as a filter when they look at what you're doing, and that's where they're coming up with their judgment. So it's got way more to do with them than you, okay? The other thing to consider is, are you really getting judged by them? Or are you projecting that? Okay, so I kind of talked about this in that episode, right? Are people really saying things to you, or are you a little bit nervous about what you're doing and you're assuming they're thinking these things? That's something to ask yourself. But if you know that if they're like saying shit to you, or if you hear it through the grapevine that what they're saying or whatever, just try to remember that's their shit. That's got more to do with them than it does with you. And you have the choice of whether you or not you make it significant for you. You have the choice of, is what they're saying, if that's going to mean something to you. You can leave it right there, or you can make it mean something about you and what you're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? You have a choice in that moment to give it meaning, to give it significance or not. Now, I totally get that's a practice, but it's not impossible. It's a practice. So start now. Start with whatever it is that you're doing that people are, 1, that's their shit. It's not about me. And 2, it doesn't mean shit to me because it's their shit, right? Or if you notice it meaning something to you, if you're noticing that you're adding value to it, or you're adding significance, or you're saying that means that I'm doing something wrong, just pay attention to that. Just start by noticing that. And then you can choose. Make it a practice, right? Am I giving this meaning? Am I giving this meaning? There we go. And this is also where you get to practice that loyalty to self, that devotion to self of, can I stay aligned with what's real for me, with what I really want, even in the thick of, even in the face of their judgment. And again, I know it's not easy. I know. But is your devotion to self, is your loyalty to self worth it? Is feeling fulfilled, is feeling alive worth it to you? Try it. See how it feels. If it feels awful, if you're miserable, then there you go. But if it feels really fucking good and you just wish they had changed their mind, keep going. They may change their mind. Seeing you be thriving and alive and happy for the first time in a long time, all of those things might make them come around. They might. Or they might not. But that's their shit. It's not about you. Your job is to show up, be you, find what brings you joy and happiness and makes you feel alive and what thrive, all those things. That's your job. Not to give a shit about their judgments. Because they're gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And it hurts sometimes. It freaking hurts when people you love and admire and respect, when people who you've been close to got some shit to say about you. That hurts. But is your loyalty to them or to you? What's gonna feel better in the long run? right? So anyways, I could talk forever about this. I will not, but I just wanted to share that with you for whatever it's worth. I hope that serves you. I hope that helps. If you want to go further, you know where to find me. Talk to you soon.